Okay, we are recording and we're going to keep moving along with some introductions, a little overview, and then we'll get to introductions. So just a quick overview of our plan for the evening. We'll be moving ahead with some introductions and welcome. We'll briefly talk a little bit about Toro and the Judaic values of being a Jewish university. We want to talk about our purpose. Why are we here? Why are we here as your faculty and staff? And why are you here joining a graduate program this fall? We'll review a little bit about communication norms, the next steps for you as new students. We'll talk about some important key tips for time management and navigating this remote instruction environment. We will talk more about communication. It must be really important. I've got it in there twice, communication and dispositions. And then we'll end the evening with program breakout. And in the credential area, we'll talk about the TPEs and key assignments. And in your other breakouts, you'll talk about essential information for your program. So let's briefly introduce ourselves. We have quite a big group this evening. I am so excited to see everybody here, but I would love to hear your voices too. So if you are able to unmute and introduce yourself, I'm just gonna, let's see if I can, I'm not able to see names. I was gonna see if I could give us a little cue for introductions, but for some reason in my presenter view, I'm not seeing your names. So feel free to just unmute and we will, if it gets to be, you know, that it's not manageable to just unmute one at a time, then we'll figure out a better method. So introduce yourself briefly, your name, the program you're starting, and what else you are doing. Oh, Dory, thank you. That's a great idea. I can pull up participant list and oops. Oh, and I could stop sharing. How about that? Let's stop sharing and then I can actually see all of you as you introduce yourselves. So let's see. I'm just going to call you as I see you in the screen. So Martha, Sally, and then Liz.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Martha Calderon. I'm pursuing a master's in education with a preliminary admin credential. And I am also a full-time teacher leader at Napa High School.
Welcome, Martha.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sally Zickman. I am an alumni of Toro in the Masters of Educational Leadership and Preliminary Administrative Credential program. And so now I am pursuing my clear induction as an administrator. I am the interim administrator principal at Vichy Elementary School in Napa.
Hi, my name is...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
My name is Liz Lanning. I am starting a teaching credential program for Mod Severe Special Education, and I just started teaching full-time my first year at Canyon Oaks Elementary in a functional skills special education classroom for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. So just had my first day today, so it went pretty well.
Great, Liz. Congratulations. You made it through the first day. The next three I see in my queue are Paige, Amanda, and Rochelle.
Hi, my name is Paige Martell, and I am pursuing a teaching credential, mild mod or mod severe. I haven't quite decided yet. Right now, I am teaching at Glen Cove Elementary. I'm a special day class teacher. I have students K through to autism.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm doing the credential program and I'm a 2nd year kinder teacher in Fairfield.
Hi, I'm Rochelle. I am doing the teaching credential for multiple subject. As of right now, I'm kind of back and forth from teaching at a preschool in Sacramento, and I'm in the works of being a dedicated sub for Highland Elementary School.
Welcome, all of you. Next three, Suzanne, Lori, and Jacqueline.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Strobe, and I'm pursuing my single subject teaching credential in art. And right now I'm also a teaching artist with the City of Walnut Creek, as well as an artist.
Hi, my name is Lori Rockwell. I am a science teacher at Armio High School for 25 years, and I am pursuing my preliminary admin credential.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline, and I am pursuing my master's in education with an emphasis in ABA, and I currently work as a behavior technician.
Welcome, all of you. Next three, James, Marina, and Madison.
Hi, I'm James Vaughn, and yes, that's my actual name. I actually am a teacher at Fairfield High School. I've taught there for 4 years and been a teacher for 6. I'm pursuing a master's with an emphasis in math education.
Hi, everyone. My name is Marina Tellez. I am a Napa Valley Unified School District substitute for 2 years, going on 3rd year, and I am pursuing a teaching credential.
Hi everyone, I'm Madison Tamici. I'm in the ABA program and I currently work as a behavior technician.
Welcome, all of you. Next three up are Nancy, Pamela, and then Morgan.
Hi everyone, I'm Nancy Link. I am pursuing a multiple subject teaching credential and I have been subbing for quite a few years. I think it was 7 or 8 at this point. I do wish I'd started this a long time ago, but I'm so grateful to be jumping in now. And that's with the Napa Valley Unified School District.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Pamela Jenkins, currently pursuing a teacher's credential, single subject, American Sign Language. Previously long-term sub in various schools in Vallejo City Unified, currently a teacher at Pleasanton High School in Pleasanton.
Pamela, we couldn't hear you very well. I'm not sure if I can see that you are on the go here, but we couldn't hear you very well. If you want to repeat yourself or just drop into the chat.
Maybe my Bluetooth was prohibiting sound. My name is Pamela Jenkins. I'm pursuing a single subject credential in American Sign Language. I've been subbing long-term, short-term in various schools in Vallejo for about 4 years and currently work as a sign language teacher part-time for Pleasanton Unified.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Morgan Jefferson. I'm actually Touro alum. I graduated with my master's in 2017, and I am back just finishing 3 classes for my single subject credential. I am a history teacher at Elite Public Schools in Vallejo, 8th and 10th grade.
Welcome to all of you. Okay, let's see who's up next. Looking down my queue, how about Kelly, Michelle, and Eileen, next 3?
So good evening, everyone. My name is Kelly Worley. I'm in the Master's in Education program for Innovative Learning, and I'm currently a teacher for English, 11th grade English at American Canyon High School.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle from Vallejo, and I am finishing up a teaching credential for K-8, and I teach 4th grade at Elite Public Schools in Vallejo.
Hi everyone, I'm Eileen. I'm pursuing a teaching credential for special education, Mod Severe likely. It's my first full year working as a special education teacher for the Vallejo School District.
Welcome, everyone. And for some of you, it's welcome back. Next 3 that I see are Amy, Torian, and Anthony.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amy Bardwell. I teach at Canyon Oaks, 2nd grade. This is my 17th year of teaching, and I'm getting my master's in innovative learning. Had my first day today at school.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Torian Gibson, receiving my credential, and this is my 3rd year in Vallejo City Unified. I teach science, 7th grade life science at Solano Wiedemann Leadership Academy.
Hello, my name is Anthony. I'm going for teaching credentials from Almad, and I teach at John Finney High School. This is my 2nd year.
Welcome everyone. Okay, next 3 up, and I know some of you may be, some of you I'm seeing just, oh, I think the last one I see is Mallory. And I know some people may be multitasking.
Hi.
So you are, Mallory.
I was wondering if I was going to come up. My name's Mallory Holt. I'm pursuing the ABA program, and I've been a behavioral technician for 2 years in Emeryville.
Well, welcome everyone. We are so excited to start the semester. I love this part of orientation because I just love hearing who you are and what you're pursuing and yeah, what else you're doing in your spare time. So I'm going to go back to screen sharing. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to leave the screen sharing off for just a minute and let our some of our key players here at Toro introduce themselves while you can, so we can see their video without screen sharing. So how about first Dr. Lisa Norton, the Dean of the College of Education and Health Sciences.
Hello, welcome everyone. So I renamed mine to say teachers are awesome because they're the best. I'm a former kindergarten teacher, so I have a special place in my heart, even though I also oversee healthcare programs. So welcome, welcome. I love the activity page because I love the llama. But I also like saying, what did you love about going back to school? Because I feel like I never left school. Well, one, because I have 3 degrees, but then also ended up staying and working in academia. And so it was funny. Last week I was volunteering, handing out supplies to Grace Patterson, to parents and families. And that's an elementary school, for those of you not from Vallejo here, that's right up the street from me. And it was still so exciting, even in this very apocalyptic, weird world that we're in right now. I'm actually in my bedroom, the only air-conditioned room of the house. Normally I'm in, a suit in front of you in classroom. So this is a little bizarre for me, but it was still so exciting to talk to parents, talk to the kids in the car, really hand them out school supplies and books. And it reminds me every year of the beauty of education and educators. And so I don't want to take too much time. I actually really enjoy hearing about all of you. I was vigorously taking notes of like where you're at and where you came from, and that some of you are returning. Some I actually recognize 1 or 2 faces from coming back, a second, maybe 3rd time around. So first of all, I want to say thank you sincerely. I'm trying to look at each of you as I do this, scrolling through pages. We really, really know that you have choices for your education credential and your master's degree, and you chose Toro, and we're very, very honored and grateful for that. Secondly, I want to reiterate what Dr. Hersey had said at the beginning. We are here. We understand this is such a strange environment right now. And one of my research background areas, well, 2, one is socio-emotional development. And so really that sense of belonging. And you all are students, just like you're working with your students. And so we know that you have needs, you have families, you have, you may be stressing about fires right now, power outages, as many of us are. So I want you to know it's really, really important for you all to practice self-care and collective care. We always say self-care is a collective act. We want you to reach out to each other, get to know each other in this virtual environment, and know there are many, you'll learn more about this tonight, there are many resources for you. So if you start to feel like, hey, I really am stressing, I need some help, please reach out to me, reach out to Dr. Hersey, reach out to Dr. Santiago, any of us. We are totally here. Toro has the beauty of being a pretty small, tight community. It's the beauty of having, not being a huge state school, so where I came from previously. So we really will respond to you very quickly. The second thing I'm very focused on is your success. And so I actually look at graduate success, especially for diverse students, but I look at graduate success for women, for students of color, for all students. And so we really want to make sure that we are doing everything we can to ensure your success through our programs. You all are here for a reason. You're meant to be here. You're going to be very successful. I have no doubt of that. And I'm so excited and honored to be your dean, and really do want to offer myself up as, you need anything, you reach out, you let us know, okay? So thank you all, and I look forward to getting to know you over the next year, 2 years, depending on your program.
Thank you, Dr. Norton. The next person I'd like to introduce is Dr. Steve Jacobson. We're so glad you could join us tonight. Dean of Student Affairs, did I get your title right?
Yep, you got it. Thank you, and hi everyone. Like Paige said, my name's Steve Jacobson. I'm the Dean of Student Affairs here at Touro University, California. I'm just completing my first year here at the university, so I'm still a relatively new guy as well. But I want to welcome you all here and let you know that we are here to help you be successful along your way. In Student Affairs, we work with admissions, registrar, the bursar, financial aid, student accounts, student activities, student academic support, health services, and counseling services, all of which are designed to help you along your way throughout your whole time here. We are so excited that you have decided to join us. We know that you have many choices that you could possibly go to, but we believe that we offer the best experience for our students and the best education possible. With all these challenging times, like everyone's been talking about, we realize that it can be challenging trying to manage everything. So please make sure you let us know how we can best help support you, because we want to make sure you have a wonderful, wonderful experience. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jacobson. So I'm going to pause before introducing our faculty introduce themselves and let one of our alumni chat with us for a minute. She was gracious enough to join us, and I don't want to keep her too much longer this evening. I told her between 4:30 and 5, so I'm aware that it is 5:01. So Valerie, would you introduce yourself to everyone and just share, a little bit with us about your experience of completing? Valerie is an alum of our multiple subject program, and she's also completing her master's in innovative learning. So Valerie, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Gosh, thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here. I remember my orientation with Touro, and I just want to say I live in Dixon, so I was driving to Vallejo for classes, and I'm so glad I picked Touro because I learned so much from the program. And I heard a lot of other colleagues talk about how they didn't really learn much from their programs, and none of them went to Touro. And so I am so grateful that I chose this school. And just a little brief background about me. So I'm in my 50s, I'm 55. And I started off out of college in my 20s, and I was in outside sales. And then I had a family and was unexpectedly widowed at 39, pregnant with my 4th child. I had 4 kids under 9. And so in most of my 40s, it was just kind of putting my head around that. And then once my youngest was 4, I started substitute teaching in Dixon. And everyone would say, oh my gosh, you have to be a teacher. You need to go get your credential. And I just couldn't even wrap my head around the work. I kept thinking of all the tests and all the work, and I wasn't ready for that. And so I subbed for 8 years. I heard someone else say they're subbing. Nancy, you mentioned, if you don't mind me saying, good for you. Timing is, timing is the way it is. And I'm really glad I took the plunge. And I'll never forget meeting with you, Dr. Hersey, the first time, and we talked, and then starting my classes. Some of the highlights, there's so many highlights, and I'm so grateful to all the help and support I received through this program. But I made a note of some really powerful highlights for me personally. I thought I was a culturally responsive teacher, but I really had no idea what that meant. And I learned so much from my classmates at Touro, from the classes, about really what that means. And I'm still digging into that and making sure that I am the most culturally responsive teacher that I can be. And that's taking a lot of time for self-reflection and for, working with your colleagues. But I am just, it almost gets me emotional how deep that was for me. As I sat back and I looked around at my classmates and I thought, where have I been growing up? Where have I been living? Completely unaware of so many things that are going on around us. And I was almost ashamed. And at the same time, it wasn't on purpose, but now I know, and now I can make a difference within myself to make sure that I am culturally responsible in all forms, continuing to learn, to continuing to grow in that area. A profound, deep experience. Second thing, Dr. Hersey, even in my induction plan, this sounds like forced compliance. And I'm like, dang, that's still coming out there. You know, I don't want forced compliance. I want to build relationships with my students, but it's still in there in that old school, maybe it's because I'm 55 or whatever, of sit and listen and do what I say. And there's so much more around teaching that I have learned about building relationships. I want a student-centered, student-led classroom. And so I appreciated her, Dr. Hersey, your comments on my paperwork, because I would step back and go, oh, I didn't think that was, oh, okay, yeah, I guess she's right. She is right. And so what can I do differently? Or how can I wrap my head around that? Another thing, I remember our first semester, I took that literacy class where we tutored students and worked with students. And some of my comments, she had said, this sounds a little judgmental. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I didn't think it sounded judgmental, but that's really good for me because I don't want to be judgmental. I don't. I want to be positive and uplifting. And I just feel this program really gave me a great opportunity to look at who I was. What did I want to change? How am I coming across? Because I know what my heart says, but really the message is so important on how it's delivered. And I want to deliver what I mean in my heart. So I just really felt that feedback I got on my work was valid and purposeful and really helped me grow. Another thing, there's so many things. It's just another thing, math. So I was, so I attended Turo and I was in my math program for, I was doing 6th grade math. And I went to a training and everyone was so far advanced with the mental math. I'm kind of slow in the mental math. So the teacher we had for the math part of the course we took, and I'm almost done. I know I talk a lot, but she told me at Turo, she said, just draw it out. That's what I tell my students. And I remember thinking, I have a timer. See, I have to time myself. I remember thinking, draw it out. Okay, so I drew it out. The word problem, I drew it out. And seriously, I'm not kidding you. The picture flashed in front of my face and the answer. It was like the most amazing thing. And I realized that is how some of my students are, that sit there and go, I don't know, I'm not getting it the way you're teaching it. And it was just another great opportunity. So as you can see, I do love to talk. And one of the things that I really am working on is less talking as a teacher, more small group, more interactive discussion. So I'm going to stop there, but I have one more thing. The history class, another thing that was very, very, very profound. Historical perspectives. I never really thought about other perspectives, but based on what I just learned and how important it is to incorporate all perspectives. Tips for success. The admin is really there for you. Dr. Hersey, you've been amazing. You're so calm. When I would call you, I'm all upset or stressed out about a deadline, your calm strength really helped me move through. That last piece of information, I finished in 3 years, but I really could have finished in 2 without stressing myself, but I procrastinated with that EdTPA. Don't worry about that, just one step at a time. Just try to keep yourself on a good pace that's true to yourself, but that you can, so you can finish, you know, without dragging it out. Like I, of course, was at the very deadline. I wasn't gonna have a job. I mean, why do I do that to myself, right? So thank you so much for listening to me. I am so grateful for my start here and I can't wait to finish my master's. I'm very excited. So thank you so much. And I wish you all the best of luck.
Valerie, thank you so much. It was great to see you and good luck with remote teaching. I can't wait to hear updates on how it's going.
Thank you. As long as it goes better each year and I grow, that's all I care about. But thank you so much, Dr. Hersey. Bye-bye.
Right. Thank you. Okay, so Valerie always makes me feel positive. Let's hear from our faculty members. So the next person I'd like to introduce is Dr. Louise Santiago, our Director of the Graduate School of Education.
Hi, thank you so much, Paige and Valerie. I hope you're looking at the chat to see all the great comments that people are sending your way. So thank you for giving us that, just those helpful words. I think one of the things that I'm so proud of, I've been with Turo since 2009, and I'm just so proud of the fact that all of our students and alumni, just the thing that they say most often is the level of personalized care and support that they get from us really makes the difference. I was recently talking with a person who was thinking about applying and just not really sure if this is the right time. And towards the end of the call, she said, you know, I actually just, I feel so much better now just having talked to you. She goes, now it just makes me want to do the program that much more. And I just felt that, you know, that resonated with so many other students who have that similar experience. And so I'm just delighted that you're here. I'm so excited that we get to be part of your support network in working your way through your educational career. And so just as both Dr. Norton and I think Stevie said the same thing earlier, just in terms of like, call us, reach out to us, because we really do want to be here to help you in any way we can. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Dr. Santiago. The next person I'd like to introduce is Dr. Linda Haymes, our Chair of Special Education.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. It's so great to see some of your faces again and see some new faces. It is very weird doing it in this format, used to being in a room and seeing everyone and getting up and moving. Certainly miss that now doing on Zoom, huh? But anyway, I'm really excited that you have chosen to join us. One of the things about Turo is that we are a small school and very personal, and we get to know all of our students. And I've kind of always been a bit of a snob about how we approach special ed here at Turo compared to some other schools that are online. And I'm like, oh no, we're in person. We're all about being engaged and doing activities. But you can see, even in remote, that is still how we roll here at Turo. And you will still find that we are very engaging, keep you occupied, doing things that are gonna really better your teaching and your practices. And we are all learning how to do it in this way, and as you are simultaneously. Anyway, I am so happy that you guys are here, and I look forward to seeing you all in classes.
Thank you, Dr. Haymes. Next is Dr. Pamela Redmond, Chair of Graduate Studies.
Hi, thank you, Paige. It's great to see everyone. Some of you are here that are master's only students, but many of you are credential folks. So I won't get extra time with you, but I will with my master's people. So I will address the credential folks to let you know that it is possible for you to choose a master's while you're still in your credential program. But we leave it to Paige and Linda to decide when the best time is for you to start taking those master's classes. But sometimes, you know, life intervenes and you need to take a pause on the credential classes. And so you can fill that time with a master's class or two if they approve. So there's several choices. They're on the website, but if you have any questions at any time, feel free to reach out to me. And I'm just really thrilled you're starting up here and in this online environment. And I think it's going to be a very exciting year because we're all getting better at doing this more online. And it's good practice for you for the future, because who knows when you may need to be the teacher in an online environment. So very exciting.
Thank you, Dr. Redmond. I would like to introduce Dory Phoenix, our dynamite admin coordinator, who is really here for you on the student support side. So Dory, would you introduce yourself?
Turned off my camera thinking it was my mic, but hi, I'm Dory. So I am here, I am your admin coordinator, and I am here for student support. So if you need anything, if you have any questions about the program, you can't get a hold of your program advisor, please feel free to reach out to me. I will be getting a site cell phone, so you'll be able to have that contact, and I'll share it with everyone later on, but please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions.
And Dory, maybe you could drop your email into the chat, and we will let everyone know when you have that cell phone. Our other two other two important admin coordinators or administrative side of the team who are not here with us this evening. We have Michelle Kobus, who's our credential analyst. So for those of you getting teaching credentials or administrative credentials, Michelle will be an important person to know. And oh, Gabby, you're here. And we also have Gabriela Navarro. So Gabby, do you want to say hi?
Hi, everybody. I'm Gabby. I go by Gabby. I mostly work with adjuncts, but I am the one who processed all your applications mostly. So if you do need anything, you can always reach out to me. I am the one who you've been sending like your transcripts, your letters of recommendation. So if you need anything, don't hesitate to call me or Dory.
Thank you. And I also wanted to acknowledge that we have a new member of our faculty joining us this semester. We're so excited to have Dr. Jessica Reed joining us as our program coordinator, program chair for the preliminary admin credential. So I did not mean to forget Jessica. Okay, so let's dive back in. I'm going to go back to screen sharing if I can get there. I'm going to move us ahead a little bit because I liked it much better having just the gallery view rather than my slides on the side. So I want to turn it over at this point for just a few minutes to Dr. Linda Haymes to talk about Toro and the Judaic values and what it means to be part of a Jewish university.
Oh, thanks, Paige. So one thing you will find about being at a Jewish university is that often the Jewish holidays will fall on class nights, and you do end up getting a lot of nights off from class. This semester they happen to fall on Sundays, so the admin people are affected, but not credential people. But really looking at, if you look at it historically, so the sacred texts in Judaism actually speak to social justice, and that is a major cornerstone of the Judaic value, is about social justice. And a quick little history lesson, a lot of people know about the 6 million Jews that were exterminated in World War II and in the concentration camps, but may not know that there was a Holocaust even prior to that. And so one of the holidays you will get off is called Purim. And Purim is a celebration that the extermination did not take place as large as it could have been from a person named Haymes, who had tried to exterminate the Jews back in the biblical times. And the Jews were saved by a woman named Ruth. So at Purim, we celebrate Ruth. And the same thing, if you look about Jews were slaves in Egypt, and we celebrate, and you will have off for Passover. And importantly, when the Jews came out of Egypt, it was the midwives who actually, not Moses, as you might have seen in the movies, it was actually midwives who had a critical role in the Exodus and getting Jews out of slavery. So there's that history of the role of women and social justice in our texts. And even if you look currently, today, modern day Jews, it's very much about the social justice, and in all different areas. You'll find large community that has founded environmental justice movement, immigration law, and as well as if you look at like the place like the Southern Poverty Law Center, heavily influenced by Judaic values, and have Jews involved in the founding of that, and involved in teaching. Again, a cornerstone of Judaic value is both teaching and learning, and that's what really is in the sacred text of Judaism. So that's sort of a quick history.
Thank you, Dr. Haymes. And also just to keep in mind, Dr. Haymes mentioned a few of the Jewish high holidays that you have as holidays. This year, looking at the calendar, often fall is impacted by many of the high holidays. And this year they fall mostly on the weekends. So you will get here and there, but we do not have any Friday classes because of the Sabbath. And yeah, you may want to keep in mind the calendar, just because there may be holidays here and there, but your instructors are very aware of these holidays and will be scheduling classes around them. So, and when we are able to return to campus, there is all kosher food on campus. So, and I realized it was brought to my attention that I forgot a couple key faculty and staff. We have several new faculty this semester, which is wonderful. We're so excited to have our team growing. A couple people I wanted to mention who may be part of your experience this semester. Brenda Mitchell is joining us. She will be teaching a course in the master's program and also supporting our candidates who are part of a pilot program doing a year-long residency. So instead of just one semester of their internship, they will be doing a full year in Vallejo Unified. So Brenda Mitchell may be someone that you meet. And then also Dr. Ijeoma Onanuju will be supporting the EDI program, our master's program in equity, diversity, and inclusive education. So we're really excited to have all of them on board, and hopefully you will get to work with them. Dr. Onanuju will also be leading a CSET prep group. So for those of you who are feeling nervous about the CSETs, know that we're working behind the scenes to have some preparation support in place for you this fall, if you can get a test date these days. So I'd like to do a little activity now where we look at why we're all here. In your introductions, you all did an amazing job of briefly sharing with us, who you are and what you've been up to, but I'd like to take a few minutes just to be a little bit more intentional about that and give you a chance to reflect on it a little bit. Why are you here? What brought you here today, beginning a credential or graduate program? Why are you taking this next step? What's your purpose? So in the chat, I just dropped a link to a Padlet. And you can just click on the link, or you can copy and paste if it doesn't seem to be opening in your browser. When you get to the Padlet, if you get there, give me a thumbs up so I know that everybody's able to. All right, Nancy gave me a thumbs up. She's there. So you're going to click the little plus button in the bottom right corner. If you have a Padlet account, it'll probably automatically put your name there if you're familiar with Padlet. If not, I think it'll ask you to type your name. In the title box, please add a word or phrase that summarizes your why. So something, just a word or a phrase that really captures your why. And then where it says write something here, you can follow up with any additional details that you want to share. And once you get to the Padlet, feel free to hang out there for a little bit. I think I'll give us about 5 minutes. Actually, you know what I think we'll do? I would like you to complete the Padlet, add your why to the Padlet, spend a couple minutes looking at what others have to say, and then take a little stretch break because we've been sitting here in front of Zoom for almost an hour. So let's plan to regroup in the main room here at 5:30. So complete your Padlet, your why on Padlet, take a little stretch, get some water or snack if you need it, and we'll meet back here in the main room at 5:30. Feel free to send me anything in the chat if you're having trouble getting to the Padlet. Okay, as you are able, we'll come back together. I loved reading these. So many different reasons, but so many similarities. I just can't wait to get to know all of you better, and I feel hopeful and encouraged knowing you are all in education, are headed that way, and we need any hope or encouragement we can get these days, right? So I'm going to bring us back to just some information kind of things for the presentation, but please feel free to grab this link from the Padlet. And man, anytime you're having a rough day, it might be good to just read. And also, you know, feel free to just do a quick copy and paste of your why. Maybe put it on a sticky on your desktop, or put it on a reminder on your phone, or email it to someone who likes to keep you on track, or is your cheerleader, and say, hey, will you send this to me when I'm having a rough time, when it's, you know, end of the semester crunch time and I'm asking myself, why did I do this? And have them email it to you. Anything, you know, just capture this, because this is really what it's all about. And I think the main thing that really stands out is students, that you are here for the students. And yeah, that's why we're all doing this work. So thank you for sharing those. I know we have some folks joining us who are here for the breakout part, so I'm going to move us through some of the kind of information-y things quickly, but know that the slides and the video of this, the recording of this session will be shared. So some next steps. If you have not received yet your official admissions letter, watch your personal email for this communication. We appreciate your patience and grace as we're all working in this remote environment. Things are, you know, can be slowed down. So the acceptance letter will contain the next steps for validating your Toro 1. Toro 1 is our platform, our Toro University platform for everything from registration, checking your bursar bill, financial aid information. It is also the way you get to Canvas, which is our learning management system, where you'll find all of your course assignments, syllabi, readings, things like that. Once your Toro email is set up, you will receive a link to the Google Classroom, which is the way to access some of your important resources for being a Toro student. You should also receive an invitation to the new student website. So I'm going to do a quick poll here. See if I can get back to it. Poll 2. Nope, it's not letting me get to my second poll. Well, in the chat, let's just do a raised hand. If you have gone through the new student website, so it is a self-guided orientation, just do a raised hand. Has anybody here gone through the new student orientation? Great, I'm seeing some hands up, some not. I know some of you, have not yet received the invitation to it. But I'm going to drop the link in just a second to the admissions page, which is the portal to get to it. So if you have received your admissions letter and you are all set in Toro 1, you should be able to go through that. So here is the link. Let me get back to, I have way too many things open here between the gallery view and the chat. So here's the chat. Or in the chat is the link to the admissions page, and a couple important things to look for there. The new student checklist. Student Affairs has done a great job of putting some notes in there on, in Graduate School of Education, we like to be unique, right? So just to give you a little context, Toro University, California is mostly made up of health science programs. So we have the College of Medicine, College of Pharmacy, and then the other programs within the College of Education Health Science are the nursing program, physician assistant program, and public health. And almost all of them, I think, have already started ahead of us. So we're getting started with our courses a little bit after. So on that checklist, just be sure to check, I think it's kind of the right-hand column that has some specific information for GSOE, because some of the things do not apply to our Graduate School of Education students. And that new student website is a self-guided orientation to the campus as a whole, which I'm so glad we have now, because it allows us to really just talk about the GSOE experience here in this orientation, rather than having to go through things about the bursar and financial aid. You'll be oriented to all of that in that new student website. Couple other key resources to help you navigate your way through. As I mentioned, Toro One will be your platform for everything specific to Toro. It is also your portal to your student email. One thing to look for when you are in Canvas, so Canvas, our learning management system, as soon as you are registered for courses. Oh, if I am screen sharing, are you guys not seeing my slides? Or are you only seeing the Padlet? Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for letting me know in the chat. For some reason it says I'm, okay, let's go back to my slides. Can you see the slides now? Great, all right, thank you. See, I need people to keep me on track here. Okay, so go back for just a second. So I just, on this, the only thing I want to bring your attention to on this slide, which was the previous one I was talking about, the new student website, is this is kind of the little screenshot here is what it looks like when you log in. Okay, then our other key resources, Toro One, and when you get to Canvas, when you are registered for a course, you will automatically be enrolled in your courses for Canvas. Until your instructor publishes your courses, they may not show up on your Canvas dashboard. So just know that as soon as your instructor has finished putting all of the key information into your Canvas course, they will then publish it and it will be available to you. And they will send you an announcement or a message through Canvas that says, welcome to the course, and they'll kind of orient you to important information for your first class, most likely next week, but for some of you, be watching for key information if there is a different start date for your course or your program. Another thing to look for there in Canvas, if you are not yet enrolled in this Canvas course, you will be soon, is the GSOE community. So this is a resource in Canvas that we've been building out recently to help you better access all of the resources you need as a Toro student, and for us to have a communication with you within Canvas, because we know that Canvas is, for many of you, the place that you're spending the most time when you are doing your assignments, doing your readings, things like that. So we will message you through Canvas sometimes so that you can just find it there in your Canvas inbox, rather than the Toro email inbox, which can sometimes get crowded with things that may not always apply to you. So it is also a way that you can message your instructors or any key faculty or staff there. In that GSOE community, there is a link right at the top that says General GSOE Resources, and I just wanted to point out a few of those to you. One of them is on the left-hand side, course schedule and book list are linked there. That also is available to you on our Toro website, so I'm going to drop the link in if I can get to it. Or actually, Dr. Santiago, would you be able to drop in the link for just the schedule and book list on the Toro website on our Graduate School of Education webpage? And then also at the bottom, we have, we're starting to build out specific scholarship opportunities that we know of. If you hear of other scholarship opportunities, either for your area of teaching or ABA, we would love to add them to this list. So it's, you know, it's a work in progress, but often we get that question. So we wanted to have kind of a go-to place. The financial aid website also has some scholarship resources, but these are really specific to Graduate School of Education students. We also have, over the past, I would say, year or so, the care team has really been strengthening here at Toro, and it is a really important resource and student support. So it is a team of faculty and staff on campus who are really looking out for any students who might need extra support. You can reach out specifically to the care team yourself if you're going through challenges, and you can also reach out on behalf of your peers if you notice that one of your classmates is really going through something and you want to know, make sure that they know they have access to support and services. We also have a student counseling office on campus. You can't go there in person right now, but I know they are doing both phone sessions and I think they're doing video sessions. I'm not positive on that yet. But they are wonderful. We have two amazing counselors. You can reach someone 24/7. So there's a phone number you can call anytime and you can set up sessions with the two Toro counselors. And it is a free resource for you as a student at Toro. So Lisa, did you want to jump in?
I just want to add one quick thing, just to make you all aware too, under COVID-19, we do have, if you're running into a situation financially, it's on a case-by-case basis. We did some fundraising last spring. So if you need that, we do have a website link for that. Give me a minute and I'll put it up in the chat. But just in case you run into anything very specific related to COVID-19, you can put in an application for those funds. I don't know where we're at with funds, but I know it's still offered right now. So I just want to make sure, because that's something new of the last 6 months because of everything going on.
Right, the emergency fund, right?
Yes, yeah. I wasn't sure if it was on here.
I don't.
I'll put up the link.
We have added that, but I will make a note and we will get that added because that would be really great to have on the TUC resources links. Thank you, Dr. Norton. And I'm glad I can say, thank you for using the raise hand feature. I can't see all of you right now because I'm trying to make sure I'm going through everything. Okay, and I think that was it in terms of what I wanted to point out here within the GSOE community. So a few things to keep in mind around communication. Please use your Toro student email or the Canvas inbox as soon as you have access to all of that. For all communication with staff, instructors, and TU offices. It is a privacy issue. It's a FERPA issue. It is, we have that in place so that we are sharing information with you through approved channels. Check those accounts every couple days because you don't want to miss something essential that your instructor or the Graduate School of Education might be sending you. And I think the main thing, especially right now, always, and especially right now, is stay in communication with your instructors, with us as your faculty or advisors, with the program staff. We can solve pretty much any problem, but if we don't know about it, we don't know how to support you. So please don't hesitate to reach out if something comes up. And I know I can speak on behalf of the instructors who are so amazing. They are there to support you. They want to know what's going on with you and they want to help you be successful. So please don't hesitate to let us know what's going on in whatever way feels comfortable for you. So last thing I'd like to do before we head off to our program specific meetings is just keep in mind some strategies you've developed to manage your time and energy. So what kind of strategies are you going to put in place? And this could also be strategies for kind of maintaining your own social emotional wellness, right? For self-care. So what kind of things help you manage your time and energy? Drop anything that works for you into the chat because we all need good ideas for self-care right now. For me, trying to get outside and take a walk is one of my key. I'm a little worried about the smoke in the air and fires, and it was really hot the past few days, so my walks were not quite as long or enjoyable. But what ways do you like to help yourself manage stress? So feel free to drop those in. Okay, and the last thing is staying on track with remote instruction. Okay, so we are all going to need and be needing to offer to each other and hope for ourselves patience, grace, and communication. I reached out to Dr. Santiago earlier today and I just said, what would be your key things to help people think about in terms of this remote environment? And these were her 3 key. So I appreciate those. I'm going to try to keep those in mind. And I'm going to turn it over for just a moment to Dr. Haymes while I put folks in breakout sessions. Dr. Haymes, would you just talk about dispositions as I get us queued up to move into our breakout sessions?
Sure. So we do have, and you will see in each of your syllabi, some student dispositions. And really what these are expectations that we have for you as professionals, and showing integrity and honesty, and really about how do you present yourself as a professional. And one of the things I know I've been working on for a project I'm involved in, a publication, is really putting these into definitions for you guys, so that what does it really mean to have intellectual integrity? And so that would be something for you guys can talk about in your classes, maybe in the first night of classes, is about what do these dispositions really mean? And these are our expectations for you as graduate students here at Toro. And one of the important dispositions really is about respecting people, different cultures, religions, gender, age, lifestyle, all those things. Very, very important, and really infused into our readings and our programs here, and just something to keep in mind as a student here at Toro.
Thank you, Dr. Haymes. So I have a couple folks. Ashley, would you just send me in the chat or unmute yourself? I see your master's and ABA. We have the second year ABAs going to the master's session, and first year ABAs going to a different breakout. So if you wouldn't mind just letting me know which one to put you in. Second year, great, okay. All right, well, let's take just a 2-minute break while I finish up the breakout assignments. Just to let you know, here's who is leading each and where we're going. So,
please,
Dr. Redmond will be leading the main room, so master's students, as well as second year ABA, as well as admin candidates, so ed leadership, will be staying in the main room to hear about master's, important information on your master's program and getting towards that master's degree. Teaching credential candidates will be going into breakout room 1, and first year ABA will be going into breakout room 2. So as soon as we'll take our 2-minute break starting now, and then when we come back, you should see the little pop-up either prompting you to move to the breakout room, or if you don't do it in time, Zoom will move you there. So thank you to everyone. It was wonderful to meet all of you. Dr. Redmond, yes, did you want to share something?
I was just going to ask, could you please make me a co-host?